Rebusumi. As a lot of you guys know, I now have an URK character named Putar. If you guys happen to see him, make sure and give him some tribute. Currently, I've been playing as a Lursker, which is kind of one of those creepy guys in the shadows, shooting his bow and arrow from distance. Need those. Oh, shit. Oh, heavens to Betsy. I smoke bomb. Oh, I didn't smoke bomb. Oh god, there's so many of them. The immersion in it is really cool. There's an entire orc language that I am trying to learn. And really, as a snotling, which is my rank, I'm usually I am. Snotlings are just dumb. So it's okay that I don't know the language. And as I'm learning the language, I have found that yelling "Nugra" or just saying "ho ho ho," which is kind of an orcish laugh, is totally acceptable as an answer for just about anything that they say, if I don't know what it is that they're saying. But little by little, I am learning more and more of the Urkish language, and eventually I'll gain past the rank of Snotling. So once again, friends, I invite you to clear your mind and let your imagination take you into another world, into the world of role players here on Outlands and the amazing community that they have developed. I invite you to hear the story of the siege of Winter Harbor. So sit back, grab yourself some grog, and let's roleplay. I've been training my bow skills very hard since our last battle, where I quickly realized I was much better at fighting from a distance in the shadows than up close and personal. Some Urks are blessed with an eye that could rival that of the puny elves, and I seem to be one of them. I knew we had a battle coming as the scouts had found the location of Azartok, the Betrayer. So I've been training very hard for this. I was ready to prove my worth to the clan. As we gathered up at the Bloodrock fort, it seemed like all the Urks were crazed with rage. As I stood in line, the smoke from the fires was intoxicating. I'd heard of these campfires and the bloodlust that they brought. I could feel my arms growing, what felt somewhat stronger, my fear dissipating and my eyes feeling more and more focused with rage and anger. As I looked around, I noticed the vile drow as well as the crafty human brigands were in line with us as well. They were speaking with the more seasoned Urks. Me, being a snotling and too stupid to know what was being said, all I could do was notice they seemed to have no fear. So I felt proud to stand in line with the other Lurskers and Urks. Suddenly I heard horns of war and we were instructed to head to the knob tree, which is just the bone tree. A perfect place to gather before we went to battle. This tree given its name due to the amount of bones piled around it. Bones and flesh from fallen enemies of the Bloodrock clan. It served as a warning to anyone who mistakenly got close to our fort. The roots of this tree gathering food from the blood of our victims is fitting. I oftentimes hear the other snotling Lurskers gossiping about how some of the fiercest Lurskers sneakily harvest a bow made from the wood of this tree. One day I too shall wield a bow from the bloody oak of this tree. Suddenly, Dusgrim screams, "Ogta Clerg!" Then the horde screams, "Nugra!" as we all pile through the mojo holes. By the way, mojo holes are just another term for magic portals. Boss Relpor. We end up in a small, cold, damp cave, and as we pile out of it, it's as if the season had changed. So cold. As we gather up back into formation, grog is passed around in order to warm us up. And as we bash our helmets into one another, preparing for war as our rage builds. We march forward, right to the Winter Harbor, where we were greeted by a band of knights from Sur, the militia of U and Icon. Back and forth Dusgrim and Tibble go, taunting one another. Dusgrim shows no fear as he laughs at the human forces. He was a very powerful orc and one that we all look up to. His rage and bloodlust is the fiercest of the strongest orcs ever to be in war. The rules were actually rather simple. No looting the enemies, no disarming them, no pets, so no control slots, and that included mounts. It was recommended to wear just GM armor of whatever sorts, and we had 30 minutes to kill all of the defending troops, as well as Azartok the Betrayer. Suddenly, in the midst of the exchange between Tibble and Dusgrim, Bargtok sailed up in an orcish ship decorated with corpses of our enemies and screamed, "Nugra!" Then boarding planks from the ship came across to the shore and more orcs piled out. Bombardments from the ship laid fire to the white, snowy battlefield. Magical walls from the Umis went right in front of us as they tried to flank us from behind. Bombardments from all over crushed both Orc and Umi, engulfing us all in flame. The cries of pain and rage on both sides is deafening. However, no Urk today knows fear. Fear is just a motivator of rage, and rage motivates us for more bloodlust. Many Orcs today seem to be in their element. The chaos was order for us. The Orcs fought like warrior poets, screaming their battle cry, "Nugra!" as the enemy Umi lines collapsed. As we inched forward, I took refuge upon their own defenses, picking off Umis as they tried to muster back their forces and take back control of the battle. No luck for them, though, as we stormed the building that was the newfound home of the betrayer known as Azartok, the Orc traitor that we came here for. As we break in, more Umis reinforce the building, but we eventually ward them off. Then it is done. Azartok is dead. Nugra! The horde yells. Cries of victory and celebration as we gather the formation in the now burning and bloody Winter Harbor. As we jump back into the mojo holes, we make a line in the stronghold. I made the clan proud today. I received 2 scars for my contribution to Winter Harbor. These events have been tremendously fun for me. Imagine a really big Dungeons & Dragons campaign where the story isn't necessarily all the way made up. In fact, it's all based upon whatever events happen in whatever scenario that we are actually a part of. Had we lost the war, the outcome in the next scenario would have been completely different. But we did win, so we'll see what happens. Not only that, all the roleplay guilds are part of this entire campaign. It's been a lot of fun having some crazy roleplay story drawn out based on different battles and wars and even missions. I recently had to go scout out the U militia stronghold and report my findings. Upon doing so, we actually raided that place. We lost the war, unfortunately, but that paved the way for the next event that happened. Pair that up with the fact that you have GMs helping out with the visuals and different effects and all these crazy things that trigger when we do whatever it is that we're supposed to do. If you're interested in joining URK or any of the roleplay guilds, then I strongly urge you, jump into the public Outlands Discord and introduce yourself into the roleplay channel. Say what it is that you'd like to do in role-playing and kind of what type of character you would be. I'm sure there's a home for you somewhere out there. It's been a blast for me, and with just a little bit of imagination, I know it would be for you as well. With that, guys, thank you to the Patreons, the channel members, the subscribers, you guys for watching this video and liking this video. I will see you guys on the live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. And speaking of roleplay guilds, this guild right here is the Vile Guild. I would strongly urge you to watch that video, as it was a really, really fun event that I was, I guess, introduced to the role-playing community by. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Hone Star Gaming out.